I want to start this video by saying that I'm an emotional mess right now, and that's why I'm resorting to yelling at the void of YouTube. But at the same time, I'm also terrified of people I know finding this video. Everything that I'm going to be talking about is all my fault. I don't blame anyone for thinking I'm a shitty person, because it's true. I deserve it. This is my fourth time recording this video because the last few times were close to an hour long, and nobody's gonna listen to all that, so yeah. To sum it up, I got broken up with, and then almost got back together with the same person, then backed out because I was scared, and then became really close friends with them over the summer, only to be left behind during the school year and wanting to do bad things to myself. And it's all my fault. She broke up with me because of me. I wasn't toxic, I wasn't abusive, but I definitely could have been a better boyfriend. I cut myself a little bit of slack because it was my first relationship, but my gosh, I have so many regrets now, and I wish I could do it all again, even if things ended the same way. One of my greatest regrets and biggest sins happened a week or two after the breakup. I really wanted to get back together with her, and we met up, talked things through, and she told me, I need to see you really change and do things better. Then, yeah, we can get back together. And I was dead set on it. I really wanted to show her that I could be better. But then, an hour later, I remembered another underlying fear I had throughout our entire relationship. It was that I'm a Christian and she isn't. And from what I knew, from every relative or friend or person in my life, when one of them had a strong belief while the other one didn't, they always ended their relationship with pain and hurt. I let that fear of going through the same thing consume me. Now that I think about it though, if I really loved her, wouldn't I have believed in her enough? Wouldn't I have fought for us anyway? That fear manifested in me telling her, you know, I always thought I'd end up dating a Christian, or that I could at least convert you at some point. What a fucking asshole move that was. I hate myself for it every day. Somehow, despite it all, she still kept talking to me. I remember our breakup happening near the end of the school year, and I remember on the last day of school where we had to sing Love is an Open Door in front of the entire school, because there was a singing competition and we entered the finals. I got down on my knees like Prince Hans did for Princess Anna and asked her, will you marry me? There was a poetic irony in that moment. We sang and said things that we knew would never end up true for us. But I still treasure that memory. Over the summer, we became really close friends again, just like how we were before we dated. She came to my house, she called me almost every day, and we'd hang out with our group of friends and do basically everything as friends. Sure, people thought we were weird, but we were also happy. We bragged about how we worked things out, and because of that, we were able to get close again. We were there to support each other. I figured that becoming close to her was fine anyway, since we were heading into our last year of high school, and we'd graduate after that, and she'd move away, and I'd never see her again. But at least I could have a good time with her when I had a chance, right? That's what mattered. Sure, it still hurt when I hung out with her. She'd smile, and I'd remember that I still think she's pretty. Or she'd laugh, and I'd remember that I'll never get to call that my girlfriend's laugh ever again, because I blew it. It didn't matter though, because at least I still got to be by her side. I got to go through this final year with her and be there for her big moments. And she'd be there for mine. She meant a lot to me, even if she wasn't my girlfriend anymore. Senior year changed everything though. We drifted apart little by little over a few weeks. I would keep trying to contact her, whether it was in person or online, but for some reason she was ignoring me. She tried not to show it, but I could tell. It was different from the way we interacted during the summer, so I finally asked her what was up. She responded after a few days and said that she just wanted to learn how to be more independent. So she was going to talk to me a little bit less from now on, but we could still schedule routine calls to hang out and chat. Hearing that, I was really relieved, because at least I didn't do anything, or I didn't mess up anything this time. And I said sure, because it wasn't a big deal at the time. I really thought it wasn't. But then my second stupid mistake came. The fact that she was trying to distance herself from me turned out to really bother me way more than I thought it would. Seeing her intentionally talking to everyone but me hurt, and it also bothered me. Even though it bothered me, how could I tell her that? It was something good for her. If I did anything, I'd just be even more of an asshole. I didn't know what to do with my emotions, so that resulted in me being foolishly emo. Like really cringe and cold to her and some of my friends for a few days. Which was so stupid because the whole point was that I didn't want to bother anybody with my feelings, right? Eventually, she confronted me about it and we talked things out. And it helped for a little bit. But I also noticed how her tone grew more irritated as we talked. A week or two later was my birthday, and out of nowhere, she surprised me with a little birthday party at school. She wrote a big card with letters from everyone, and the longest one was from herself. I'm too scared to reread the letter now, but I remember she talked about how I was one of the best people she had ever met. I found out later that she did a majority of the planning. I was really happy. That broke my sad spell, and I thought, you know what? Everything's gonna be okay. We're gonna work through this. She started ignoring me completely after that day. I tried to contact her without being too overwhelming, which is something I rarely did. I rarely spammed people, and I didn't even spam her for this. But yeah, she ignored those messages too. A few days later, she texted me asking for 2 weeks of no contact. She said that being close with me actually delayed her pain, that she needed time to learn who she really was again. And she wanted to try at least 2 weeks with no haze, no what's up, nothing. She was so sorry that it was out of nowhere and said I had every right to be mad at her. I didn't know what to do because I wanted to be understanding, but I also didn't want to be the one chasing her down again, like I had been for the past month or so. Or else, it would be really one-sided, and at that point, I didn't even know if she still wanted to be my friend anymore, even though she said that she still wanted to be. I wanted her to get back to me after the 2 weeks without me messaging her first. So I did the dumbest thing ever. I didn't respond to her message at all. I figured I could wait for 2 weeks and then she would approach me afterwards. Those were some of the hardest 2 weeks of my life. Okay, that's an exaggeration. They weren't. But it was pretty damn hard. I really wanted to be a good friend and understand where she was coming from and just let her be. I didn't want to show how badly no contact was affecting me, but I couldn't. Because everywhere I went, she looked like the happiest person on earth. She looked like we had never even had that conversation, and that the no contact wasn't bothering her at all. That sent me down a pretty bad spiral, but I held on to hope. The no contact made me realize a lot of things. Why I was so bothered by the distance, and why I was so terrified of not talking to her. I was scared of losing her. What if she realized that she didn't need me anymore? What if she stopped valuing me as much as I valued her? What if the distance created a break in our friendship that we wouldn't ever be able to come back from, because too much damage would have been done by then? What if she didn't care about me anymore? That was why I reacted to her healing so badly. All these thoughts were just running through my head, and so even if I didn't want to be a jerk about it, I ended up being one anyway. As soon as I realized it, though, I couldn't wait for 2 weeks to end because I wanted to talk to her and tell her everything that I realized, and say sorry to her again. But 2 weeks passed, and she never messaged me. I tried not to give in, and I failed horribly. I messaged her a few long paragraphs about all the things I'd realized and how I was so scared of losing her, and that was what fueled my every move. How I really wanted to enjoy the final school year with her and, celebrate all these big moments with her, participate in all these school events with her, go through Christmas and New Year's with her. I just really, really wanted to make good memories before our final year ended and we'd probably never see each other again. A few days later, she said, "I'm sorry. I'm sick right now. Can I respond later?" And to that I said sure. But a few days later in the same week, I remember it was late night and I was scrolling through Instagram to get my mind off everything. I was waiting for a response, but it was really grueling. So I went through people's stories, trying to relax, when something caught my eye. It was her. She was there, out late at night, with her new group of friends doing God knows what. Yeah, it was a small and meaningless thing, but it hurt like hell. I don't know why. It wasn't the fact that she was hanging out with other people, I guess. And it definitely wasn't that she was having fun without me. I think it was the fact that I had been waiting for so long to get an answer. And I waited even longer because she was sick. Yet now, here she was, recovered and better, and she couldn't even send me a reply or anything. She could see how badly the no contact was affecting me, but she still chose not to respond anyway. Maybe I was just being overdramatic and stupid, but it definitely did hurt. I don't know. It took another few days, but she finally responded. It wasn't the response that I wanted. The first thing I said in my text was, "Hey, how are you? This no contact thing has been killing me." The first thing that she said in hers was, "Thanks for asking. I've been doing great." I won't read the whole thing, but to sum it all up, she said, "I think I'm finally ready to tell you why I was ignoring you. I can't see us being friends at the moment. Staying close to you was delaying the pain from our breakup, and being close gave me no time to learn how to gain independence and learn to love myself again. Sure, we could make memories together, and we could spend time together during our final year, but I wouldn't be happy. Only you would be happy. You're happy with who you are right now, but have you ever thought about how much I've lost myself over time? When we dated, I had to do double the planning, double the initiative, double the everything, and I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I want to discover who I am again and love myself. I want to make deeper friendships outside of us too. It doesn't mean we're gonna go no contact forever. Just please don't hang this time limit over my head. And if you really trust in God, I think you should trust that He will bring us back together. Damn. Damn. I tried to argue with her, which is another stupid move, by the way. I thought another long wall of text would maybe just be enough to show how desperate I was to stay close to her, and that would change her mind. Looking back on it though, that was really selfish of me. 'Cause even though I really didn't want to lose you, it was for your own healing. You wanted to get better. But I was also terrified because even though you said we weren't going no contact forever, it definitely felt permanent. It felt like you just said it wasn't forever to give me a little bit of hope until eventually that hope would fade away because I might get used to you not being around. Even if we did start talking again, I was worried that we would never be as close as we were before, because too much had happened already. That was what I was terrified of. That was also the last time that we spoke. Now, I just wake up every day with more regrets than the last. I can't sleep because I dream of what happened, of us splitting up, and I wake up remembering everything. But the worst dreams aren't the ones where things go bad. They're the ones where things go good. The ones where we make up and we're closer than ever. Because I have to wake up and realize that it's 3 a.m. and none of it was real. I'm back in the world where we stayed apart. I see her every day in almost all of my classes, and she's happier than ever. She really is. And it hurts to see because I really wanted to spend my final year with her. Because of that, I've started getting terrified of being around her, of even being in the same room, and just going to school in general. Because everything is a reminder of her. Even my own house is a reminder of all the moments that we had. And I'm scared of being reminded. I'm scared of seeing her happy without me. I'm scared of her seeing how pathetic I am. I sit in the same classroom and I hear her with her new group of friends announcing, "Oh my gosh, guys, it's the last time we're doing this thing together. That's so sad." And I remember how when I begged her to stay, I said the same thing, but she didn't care when I said it. Yet all of a sudden she does when it's with other people. Was I really that bad to be around? Was I the problem all along? I hate myself enough for our breakup. Now I hate myself even more because of everything else. I was in the way of her joy, even though I wanted to be a reason for it. And now I probably never will be. One of the things that hurt the most was the end of the school festival, when she was with her friends at the gate at the front of the school, and I was standing watching because I was just waiting for, well, I was waiting for nobody. I was just there. And I saw her bring out her digicam, and she excitedly called everyone, her big group of friends, to, take a photo. And I watched her snap that photo with the biggest smile on her face. And I was alone in a sea of people just watching. And all I could think was, man, I really wanted to be in that photo. She probably thinks that I'm obsessive and even creepy now. She's probably told all her friends about it, and they think I'm an obsessive loser who can't leave a girl alone. I don't know if they're wrong anymore. I don't even know if I'm allowed to feel how I feel. Somebody asked me what I would say to her if she was in front of me. I still remember that one silly argument we had over me not bringing back chocolates from whatever country I was visiting. Now, I still keep chocolates in my room just in case. Whenever I travel or whenever my parents go somewhere, I ask them to bring back chocolates just in case one day you come back and you come to my house again. Then I can finally give you those chocolates that you wanted. I'm really sorry for everything. I messed everything up, even though I just wanted to be there by your side. Even if it didn't look like it, you were probably hurting just as much as I was. Maybe even more. I miss being close to you. I miss being friends with you. I miss hanging out and messing around with you. I really wanted to graduate by your side, or spend Christmas with you and my parents, or just watch the New Year's countdown with you. But now I don't even know if I'll be there on your birthday anymore. I'm really sorry. I'm sorry for everything. Happy birthday.